Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I am the Y2K collector and I am back. I've got another video. It's midway through the week. We're getting there. We're getting towards the weekend. So many of us long for it. The week can kind of wear on you. And usually, when things are crazy and you don't have a lot of time to sit down in front of the console and get a good, gaming session in, that's where the handhelds come in. Also, a big reason why I love the Switch, just because it has that hybrid model. You can take it on the go. You can pop it into your console that's connected to the TV and get the full experience. It's great. But what I've been collecting for over these past few weeks has been handhelds. Just primarily because, handhelds are still inexpensive when compared to some of the consoles that I was collecting for. Like, you can still get great sealed Game Boy Advance games that are fun for $20. And I'm going to share some of those with you here. And then also there's just a lot of really fun handheld games that you don't necessarily need to play handheld. Like I've really been into the Game Boy Advance. There's a lot of ways that not a lot, but there's a few ways that you can play Game Boy Advanced games outside of just playing it on your, general, regular Game Boy Advance. You can play them on the DS Lite. If you want to have a backlit screen, you can obviously update your advanced backlit, your Game Boy Advance screen to install a backlit screen as well. And then you have the Game Boy Advanced Game Player, which you can play on the GameCube. And I recently picked one of those up. And that's going to be another great way for me to kind of experience some of those more detailed Game Boy Advanced games. So I'm really excited about that. But I don't want to do too much jabbering and blabbering because it is the middle of the week. And I kind of want to just show you some of these quick pickups that I've got here. And then I'll keep it going. And then hopefully we'll circle back at the end of the week and just kind of talk a little bit more about what's happening out there from the standpoint of a new collector. For those who've been collecting for years, decades, you may have your go-to spots. You may have those relationships where you can get those pickups, but new collectors, we're usually just going to the same places everyone's going: thrift stores, big box retailers, Goodwill, so on and so forth. And then obviously online. And online is where I picked up a few of these games. All of these games actually is where I got these games. And that's primarily because I just was not seeing these in any of the stores that I was going to. And I knew odds are I wasn't going to find them. So eBay was my friend in this scenario. And I'm not afraid or nor ashamed to say it, primarily because I'm seeing the same things, in the stores that I'm seeing on eBay. So at least here I don't have to burn the gas, waste the time, and I can just pick exactly what I want. And so that's what I did. So let me go ahead and get into it. Starting with this first pickup here, we've got good old Van Helsing, right? And that's just more Hugh Jackman for you, right? We showed Wolverine Part 2. I did pick that up sealed on the Game Boy Advance. And now we have another sealed Game Boy Advanced game. $20, can't beat it. Van Helsing is a fun, kind of like a side scroller. Not really side scroller, but it's like an action adventure. And I like it. I really do like it. It's got some cool looking elements there to it. Let me back it up here so you can catch that. Yeah, there you go. So some cool elements on that. And it was rather cheap for a sealed game, and I was really excited to see what it was about. So I picked that up on the Game Boy Advanced. Saw some good footage there. And then I also got another sealed Game Boy game. We have the Special Forces 2, or CT Special Forces 2. I got part 1 of this sealed. I was shocked when I saw that part 2. I could also pick up the second part that's sealed. So I went ahead and got this on the Game Boy Advanced, and this is really fun. This is like a serious version of Metal Slug to me. That's what the footage looks like. That's what the gameplay feels like. And if you can see it there, just that side scrolling, shoot 'em up, run and gun. You got a little tank action right there. So very much Metal Slug vibes is what I got on this Game Boy Advance game without the Metal Slug price. So went ahead and picked that up, and that is CT Special Forces 2 on the Game Boy Advanced. Now, you all know that I love my shoot 'em ups, my shmups, my space shooters, and I'm definitely going to be getting those on the Game Boy Advanced. And so I decided to go ahead and get R-Type 3 on the Game Boy Advanced, and this is pretty cool. It's not as fluid as like a R-Type Final or any of the more modern R-Types. It feels a lot like R-Type 1, like the motion of it, but the graphics are great. The colors are great. The power-ups and the special weapons are great. So this is a great shoot 'em up on the Game Boy Advanced. Really excited to play this on the Game Boy Advance player on the GameCube. So this was a great one that I was excited to get. Glad to get R-Type 3. And then last but not least, I'm really trying to get all these games. Don't want to pay through the nose for them. So whenever I see them at, I want to say let's say if I find them between 25 and 30% lower than what I'm seeing the average or what I'm seeing on price charting, I'll usually bite the bullet. And I was able to get a very good, not perfect, there are some imperfections on this one, but I was able to get a solid copy of Castlevania Portrait of Ruin on the Nintendo DS. I feel like the DS is probably one of the cheapest consoles to get the Castlevania games on, because they're already super expensive on the Game Boy Advanced and almost any other console that you might try to get them on. So it seems like the DS is one of the few places that you can get some great Castlevania games for the $50 or $40 range. So went ahead and picked that up. On the DS. Graphics look great on this. Gameplay looks amazing as well. So I'm really excited to dive into this one, the Castlevania game. And that does it. Not a whole lot of pickups here today. Just 4. And those were some online pickups because, again, just not going to see anything like that in any of the stores that I've gone to. But that's what I'm seeing. Still trying to grow the collection here a little bit, just doing it at a somewhat of a slower pace. And again, a lot of what I've been able to pick up, especially so far in November, has just been, from me being able to sell a lot of the stuff that I got that I didn't necessarily want to keep. I'm also going to be doing a purge of my collection towards the end of the year and just getting rid of a bunch of stuff that maybe I thought were great titles and things that I would want to have in my collection, but perhaps are things that I could do without. So I will be doing a purge. I never really want to have more than 1,000 games in my collection. I just feel like that's a lot. Like, I don't think I would ever be able to play more than 1,000 games, if even 1,000 games. So but yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that more as we get closer towards the end of the year. But I am still in handheld mode, and I gotta say, collecting for some of these handheld systems is pretty fun. You find some really cool looking games and they play amazing. But let me know what you've been into here over these past few weeks and perhaps months. Let me know what you're collecting, and let me know what I should have my eye out for when it comes to games on the DS or the Game Boy Advanced. I know I'm late to that party for many, but for me and other new collectors like myself, it's a brand new world. So again, thank you for checking me out today. I am the Y2K Collector. Hope you're having a good week. Take it easy.